coverage is brought to you by Ting. Hey guys, Nick and Tara here for Rev3 Games, and if you have watched any of our E3 coverage so far, you would know that we have been gushing over Far Cry 4.
Yes.
We both finally got a chance to play it. You checked out the single player portion. I checked out co-op.
Yeah, I tried a couple different approaches, a stealth one and then an aerial one. The aerial approach I tried involved that goofy little two-person helicopter you might have seen in the E3 demo. Overall impression of the game, how do you feel about Far Cry 3? Because it feels a lot like Far Cry 3.
It does.
That is, to me though, a super good thing. Far Cry 3 is one of the best playing, most like emergent gameplay-centric main AAA games of like the past 5 years.
You just said 10 nonsense words
all
strung
made
together
up video
in a
game
row.
words. So it's a lot of qualifiers, but I really did love the way Far Cry 3 felt, the way the combat felt, the way you could peek around things, the way you could kind of invent ways to do combat on the fly, and this feels like a lot more of that.
Yeah, it does. I think you and I played very similar demos because the entire demo revolved around you taking out one of the outposts.
Yes.
And we also had the options where you could sneak in, you could also fly in with that buggy.
Yeah.
We, however, playing co-op, had the option to ride an elephant and storm into the outpost with the elephant, which I gotta tell you is a pretty incredible feeling.
So how much control do you have over this elephant?
You have a great amount of control. The elephant can sprint. You can also press the right trigger to make it like do an elephant noise, a roar. What do elephants do?
Can you like squeeze the left trigger to drift with it? Because that would be.
You cannot drift with the elephant, unfortunately. Although I can suggest that to the developers because I think that would be amazing. You can sprint. You can make it make a noise that corrals other elephants to follow it. You can have actually more than one person on an elephant at the same time. So you and your buddy could just ride an elephant into the sunset.
See, I was interrogating one of the developers about who's writing this game, because the guy who wrote Far Cry 3 gave it a very distinctive, kind of controversial voice. He told me that it's one of the guys who co-wrote Far Cry 3 and the dude who wrote all of Blood Dragon is the guy writing Far Cry 4.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
That maybe explains why, in part, you are riding an elephant with your friends pressing the honk your horn button on an animal.
There you go. All I know is I rode an elephant and then I shot down a helicopter with some type of bazooka type weapon while I was on the elephant still.
See, I wound up crashing my helicopter trying to figure out the controls, but then the second time I found a mortar and just started raining mortar fire down on people and just ragdolls everywhere.
I used that weapon too as well, actually. It gives you a weird top-down view of everything. It's kind of cool. So it is very much like Far Cry 3, as he was saying, but there are some really interesting and unique elements thrown in there. I think this is going to be one of my favorite games of the year. I'm really excited about it. It sounds like you are too.
I am, yeah.
I hope you guys are.
More prettier Far Cry 3 is not a bad thing as far as I'm concerned. And
not at all.
Far Cry 3 with aerial vehicles, Far Cry 3 with elephants, any of these things would be enough to sell me on this game. So
there you go. Sold. So we are going to have tons more coverage from the E3 show floor this week. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can see it all. Are you sick of being bossed around by your cell phone carrier? Are you paying tons of money for data you don't even use? If so, then guys, it's time to switch to Ting. Ting is a revolutionary new cell phone service that puts the power back into your hands with complete and total transparency. With Ting, you only pay for the data and minutes you use, meaning there are no plans, no hidden charges, and no early termination fees. You know exactly what you're paying for, and you can leave whenever you want. Ting runs on the nationwide Sprint network, and there's a good chance it already works with your existing cell phone. Their customer service is also top-notch, so no matter what time of day you call, you'll always be able to reach a live, actual person. Head over to rev3games.ting.com and click on their savings calculator to see how much money Ting can save you. That URL will also get you $25 off your first bill, and remember, every sign-up helps support Rev3 Games, so it's really a no-brainer.